boarder on the World Tour, Omri Laverne, advancing on to the quarterfinals. He's going to face off with Bobby Quinones. We will see that along with a couple more heats in round number 6 right after this.
When it's snowing up north, you could be playing golf right here or here. Choose between the Caribbean or Atlantic. The view is up to you.
We do golf better.
Beaches, we have more than 300 to pick from. There's Flamenco, we think the most beautiful beach in the world, just waiting for you.
We do beaches better.
For 500 years, people have come to Puerto Rico to create memories.
It's about time you discover why Puerto Rico does it better.
Mi gente, lo más grande de este mundo, siempre me hacen sentir un orgullo profundo.
Que jangueando en la playa, pasado de las rayas, por encima de la malla, no puede faltar la medalla.
Conmigo sí. Que cante mi gente.
Mira, mi gente sorprende con el oro siempre y que bien se siente, ¿verdad?
Medallitas somos todos buscando buen ambiente.
Lo que le gusta a tu mamá.
Natalia, te he amado toda la vida. Cásate conmigo.
Y ahora, lo que te gusta a ti. Lo que le gusta a tu mamá y también a ti. Malta India, esa es la mía.
Welcome back, everybody. Trevor Cam dropping into the ice box that we call the webcast commentating booth here at the Encanto Pro, brought to you by SeaPuertoRico.com. And are you cold, buddy?
I am freezing in this thing.
All right, we can bump up that AC to about 72 once we get a little break here. But welcome back, everybody. Manny V here with Trevor Cam from Hawaii, holding it down. He wanted to come back in here because his fellow Hawaiian rider Jacob Vandervelde is out in the water against the fierce competitor Eder Luciano.
Eder Luciano up and riding, taking a good bottom turn and drives through and punches a good roll, good clean roll for the Brazilian. Wow, Eder opening up with a right off the bat.
Yes, Eder Luciano from Brazil. You saw him stretching and getting ready for his heat, but Jacob Vandervelde on a wave right there, tries to sneak under the lip right there, cannot get inside of that barrel.
I think he actually got lipped on that.
Oh, no, the guillotine. Getting lipped, trying to get into that barrel. Jacob Vandervelde will be in the red jersey.
Replay. Eder Luciano taking that bottom turn. As you can see, draws a clean line straight to the lip and punches through with a good projection and lands cleanly. So, yeah, good start for Eder.
Eder Luciano out there in the yellow jersey, starting off his campaign. And then Jacob Vandervelde, he had a 1-point ride in and out essentially. But Eder Luciano, pretty solid scores to start off his run here in round number 6, heat number 3. Yep, 5.55, not a bad score to start off your heat in these very, actually pretty good conditions right now that we're seeing. Luckily for us, the swell did hold on throughout the night and is still here. We're going to see 3 to 4 foot conditions as the tide starts changing, as the climate starts changing. We can see totally different conditions happen as we go through the entire day of competition. We're going to watch Grand Slam Series round number 6, quarterfinals, semifinals. We're going to have a quick little expression session. I'm going to try to get in on that.
Okay.
And then we're going to go right into the finals. That expression session is to give the semifinalists a little break. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a little bit of time. Let's get down to the interview booth with Nicole and the winner of the last heat. Nicole, where you at, sister?
Hi, Manny. I'm here with Amaury Laverne. Amaury, congratulations. One more. Talk about this hit.
Yeah, so I was against Yuri. I knew it's going to be hard today. It's Yuri beats me last year. So, yeah, I knew I had to do well, and the tide is really high now. It's hard to find the good ones. But I had some good left. It's a bit more shallow on the left and a bit more powerful. And, yeah, I'm really happy. I'm going to be against Babi now in the quarters. And, yeah, I made my main goal, and now I'm just try to have fun.
You have any special training, but you are so flexible.
Yeah, I'm training a lot recently, and yeah, the stretching is really important for bodyboarding, but especially to don't get injury. I used to train a lot the last few years, and I think it's really important in bodyboarding to not get injury and to be at your top physically. And today, yeah, I hope it's going to help me for the next few hits.
Congratulations one more, and thanks for your time. Manny, back to you.
So out in the water, we have Eder Luciano and Jacob Vandervelde with 25 minutes remaining. Only one wave, both of them caught. Eder getting the better exchange with a 5.5, and Jacob Vandervelde just a 1.13, I'm sorry. And yeah, it's, as the high tide, I think high tide is at 8:30. So as you see in the water, it's not as good as the first heat with Dave Winchester and Mark McCarthy, but there is some good potential waves still in the water.
No,
And,
I mean, we're stoked to have
yeah.
this right here. It could be with the last day in the waiting window. We have to run the event. We could have walked up here and it could have been totally flat, windy, stormy, and what we have today, you know, we couldn't ask for anything more. So we thank Mother Nature and Isabella for delivering the goods for this last day of competition. And we have some waves for some of the best riders on the planet coming up out in the water. We do have heat number 3, round number 6, Eder Luciano against Jacob Vandervelde. The last heat, congratulations, Amaury. He's going to face off with the local legend himself in quarterfinal 2, Bobby Quinones. That's going to be another good heat. So all these heats are starting to stack up, and they all could be finals in their own right. Out in the water, 23 minutes remaining. Round number 6, heat number 3. You see heat 31 on there, but this is the third heat of round 6, but that's the 31st heat of the competition for the men's division. So again, thank you all for tuning in from all over the planet. I can't thank you enough. And shout out to some surf shops and industry sponsors here for this event, the Encanto Pro, which is brought to you by SeaPuertoRico.com. Thinking about coming to Puerto Rico? Hit up that website. You're going to get pretty much essentially all the information you're going to need to make your trip to Puerto Rico a good one. Tres Palmas, Kokomo, the Room Shop, Caliche. We do have Wave Rebels, Custom X, and Pride being a part of this event. We can't. We thank you for that. And look at these waves coming in out the back. We did mention in the last heat, this is what has to go down for Winnie to become a world champion here at this event. Essentially, he has to win the event, and Hubbard cannot make the final. Look at this.
Nothing happened.
Nothing for Eder Luciano. So that is it for Winnie to claim the world championship title here at this event. It comes down to him winning the Encanto Pro and Jeff Hubbard not facing off with him in the final. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that comes about. But this is going to be one of those guys who can put a stop to Winnie becoming a world title holder in 2012. It's Jeff Hubbard, but Jeff Hubbard has a couple, steps he has to, take to get into that final. Andrew Lester, we've seen him very consistent. He's going to be pretty on and making sure he puts everything on the table to take out Jeff Hubbard. But Jeff, if he makes it through this heat, he will face off with Jared Houston. And if he makes it through that heat, he could face off with PLC, and we all know about that rivalry. Jeff Hubbard, PLC, 2 aerial acrobatic masters. That would be an exciting semifinal to see. You can see Amaury Laverne getting ready, actually changing and getting ready for his next heat. Jeff Hubbard visualizing, looking at the water, watching the conditions. Mark McCarthy and Ryan Hardy. Actually, Mark McCarthy is going to be coming in for heat number 4 and the first heat of quarterfinals, so that's going to be fun to watch. Trevor, where were you for the past heat?
I was actually just down in the competitors area. Hold on. We have Eder Luciano.
Oh, my.
Rolling off the back.
That is, for me, one of the most crucial.
We got Jacob Vandervelde.
Yes.
Good roll on the outside. See what he can work with. Nice little reverse.
He's a big boy. Pulling those spins around. Looks like it takes a lot of effort to pull that 220-pound body around, but he's able to pull it off, and we like to see him on the bigger waves where he can actually, take full advantage of the raw power from these waves. But you saw him on a medium-sized wave right there, and he pretty much has to use all of his power to pull these moves around, but not a clean set of combination of maneuvers right there for Jacob Vandervelde.
He's got a decent scoring wave coming up, Take us to the replay, Manny.
All right, I'll do that. He comes around the section, nice clean roll, not a very high projection, but his clean roll rolls that over and comes in for a spin. You can see him just forcing those maneuvers around. But he is a pretty tall guy, 6'4", 180 pounds. I think that's a big lie. He's actually 220 for sure. But oh my, Eder Luciano,
with the ARS on the outside.
live action.
He's milking it. He's trying to find another section and see what he can put together. Little reverse on the inside, and just cuts out. That was, wow. Eder's backing up his 5.5 on this one. Here we go through the replay.
And yes, Eder Luciano putting together a nice, clean set of maneuvers right now, waiting for those scores to drop. But he's pretty much holding on to that 5.5 as his high-scoring wave, and this will definitely add to that. Right off the bat, goes into an ARS out the back, spins that around, is able to come around the section, nice clean turn. And when he gets around to that section, it just comes down on him. He just does a little spin to get out of that thing.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was going to better his score too much because he didn't make a clean bottom turn. You know, like go all the way down and straight up into the lip. He kind of made a half bottom turn and straight back. So, yeah, Eder with a 5.65 on his last wave. Not as much better as his first Rolo wave, which was a 5.5.
Did you see his stats? He's coming in at 6'1". We got two guys out in the water over 6 feet tall. So if you're bodyboarding out there and you don't think you got what it takes to be a top contender, and if you're over 6 foot tall, well, think again. We got this heat out in the water of some, some incredible riding of some tall 6 foot and over riders. Look at that on the inside. So there are waves still coming in. Right now in the water, 18 minutes remaining out of this 30-minute heat. Top 2 waves will be scored. There is a 15-wave maximum, which means each rider will have 15 waves to put on their scorecard. 16 waves and above will not be scored, but Juan Santos, he'll let them know whether to, hey, you got 1 wave left. Hey, you just got your last wave. You got to come in. But Juan Santos has been on top of things down on the beach commentary.
You take the risk, you get the reward. That's what Juan would say, Man, that guy's on it on the scores.
Yes, he's been holding it down for the past 7-8 days of competition here at the Encanto Pro.
We got sets out the back. See people kicking, like kind of getting more into position. We'll see what Mother Nature has to give.
Well, the conditions right now slowed down just a bit, but the waves are still coming in. The first heat, second heat, we saw a lot of bigger size waves coming in.
Yep.
A little bit more consistent. Mother Nature does slow down, and we see this throughout the entire competition where you'll have 1, 2, maybe 3 heats of just nonstop action, wave exchange after wave exchange, and all of a sudden you get to a heat where we saw a heat yesterday where no riders caught a wave until the 12th minute into the heat.
We got Eder Luciano up and riding, looking for a clean section and just punches out. Nothing much happening. You see that froth on the inside, making it a little difficult to draw that clean line to the lip.
I'm looking at the scorecard right now. Eder Luciano uncharacteristically has only very, medium scores, a 5.5 and a 5.65. So the door is wide open for Jacob van der Velde to make something happen right now.
Yep.
And if Jacob is able to knock out Eder Luciano in this heat, that will go down and probably one of his biggest heats in history.
It would be a very good result, and Custom X and Alpha Campaign, everybody, Reflex would be stoked.
Yeah. Well, he's got the door wide open. 16 minutes to go.
Here we go. We got Jacob van der Velde looking at this one.
Oh, yes. Keep your eyes on the screen. Jacob in the red jersey, the Hawaiian, slides under the lip, punches through the top of that wave for a nice roll. But, man, I thought that thing was going to shape up to be a little longer. Maybe an in-and-out barrel. Dave Winchester finding those barrels in his first wave, in his first heat. So he was able to find those barrels. Jacob's trying to do the same thing here in heat number 3, round number 6.
We have, here's the replay. Jacob van der Velde trying to look for that barrel, knows it's going to close out, so he decides to punch through the lip and get a decent scoring wave on that last one. So it's not going to better his position, but it will maybe cut the distance by a little bit. No, I'm sorry. It's actually not better than his other wave. As 4.3 he scored on that last wave.
but he's chipping away little by little. Now he needs only a 6.65 to catch Eder Luciano and take that first place spot away from him. Eder Luciano comes into this event, the Encanto Pro, 18th on the Grand Slam series, and he is currently third on the Grand Qualifying Series.
Yeah.
And he's looking to qualify in that top 24 seed in the 2012 Grand Slam Series in this event. So a lot of things are at stake right now. A lot of riders are looking to qualify and requalify to stay into those top 24 seeds, and a world title is up for grabs as well. But it's Dave Winchester leading that charge with the higher leading the points on the world title. Jacob Van der Velde from Mililani.
Yep, he's from Mililani.
That's where my wife's from.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, Malka side. Oh, brother.
And,
but the Hawaiian out here, he currently not ranked very high on the qualifying series, but finished off 8th on the USBA National Tour. So he is, he's putting some competition.
Yeah. And if you guys didn't see the first event of the World Tour, Jacob Van der Velde was absolutely killing it, representing Hawaii good in pipe. He was taking off on some bombs and getting slotted.
Yes, we saw him out here during the swell when it was at its peak, and when he was taking off on the bigger waves, that's when he looked most comfortable. I mean, he was able to pick off these perfect brights, get into the pockets, get some barrel time, and he was not afraid to hit anything, even some of the heaviest sections to come through. He was going all for broke. Here is a situation as far as the priority is concerned. Currently, Eder Luciano has that priority in his hands. Jacob Van der Velde in the red jersey will be second, has a second priority, and you can see the boxes. That is essentially your priority system. And I went out the other day. I'm like, can the riders see these things?
Yeah.
Can they see the colors from being way outside and looking onto the beach and bright as day?
We got Eder Luciano up and riding.
Oh,
what
Eder
happened?
cutting out of that wave and essentially giving up his priority to Jacob Van der Velde in the red jersey. So now Jacob essentially has the opportunity to catch any wave he wants, and he wants a 6.65. So if Jacob understands the priority system, which a lot of riders are still trying to understand.
There we go, Jacob Van der Velde.
He should have waited, I think, for a better wave to come through. But again, the ocean did slow down a little bit, so maybe this could be the right call. But clean wave, clean maneuver right there for Jacob Van der Velde.
Yeah, because I would have said, try to hold priority. Here's the replay. Jacob Van der Velde looking for that section, finds it and punches a clean roll through the top, and trying to milk as much as he can with that little reverse. It did better his score. He got a 4.75, so it cuts the distance between Eder and Jacob. Jacob only needs a 6.4 right now, so it's not asking for much, Manny.
No, this is the lowest scoring heat today, and it's not the rider's fault. It is Mother Nature decided to take a little nap in this heat, and I tell you what, this has been happening throughout the event. So if you're just tuning in and it's a little slow for you, don't go away, because I guarantee Mother Nature will start kicking it back into first, second gear as we continue on today's competition. So keep your eyes on the waters. You can see there are sets still rolling in. Eder Luciano taking a look at that one. Perfect time to give a shout out to the media partners of this event. Boogie Family.
Jacob
Wait a
Van der Velde.
second.
Oh, nice roll on the outside, still milking it. And does another roll. That's a good start. But Eder Luciano enters back with a big ARS on the outside to a spin. And he's still going. He's milking it.
All right, Eder Luciano answering back to Jacob Van der Velde's wave. And he's not done yet. He's a nice little projection off the backwash and another roll right there. Eder Luciano is going to probably find another roll on the inside. The longest wave of the contest so far. Eder Luciano riding all the way to the sand here in Isabella's Middles wave. He's going to get out of the water, run down the beach to find that channel that will take him out. Look at the shape of his board. Classic Brazilian style contest riding board. It's very reminiscent of Guilherme Tamega's teardrop shape, where it's pretty much saying, I'm here to compete. I'm going to stay on prone. Let's take another look at what just went down.
Roller on the outside, looking clean. First one and kind of punches the second one. Not that great, but Eder Luciano's, wow. Looking at the scoreboard right now, Eder Luciano's might get some big scores on this next one.
Eder Luciano's last wave, probably the most exciting we've seen in this heat, and it will be scored accordingly. But Eder Luciano's last wave, nice projection off the bottom. We'll probably take another look at that as he finds that rip current down the beach. That little rip current has been helping out all the riders get out quickly. Here's another look at Eder Luciano's wave. Straight off the bottom, right off the takeoff, comes through with an ARS through the lip, comes around that section, spins, and then he's just going to connect all these little maneuvers all the way to the inside until he gets to the sand. So he takes this thing all the way to the inside. One Rolo and another Rolo. A great angle right here from our camera down the beach. I believe that's Gabriel with camera 2, but unbelievable wave right there. And look at that.
8.08 for Eder Luciano.
That could be the nail in the coffin for Jacob van der Velde with only not much time, 9 minutes remaining. So Jacob, now he needs an 8.23. Oh, Eder's wave, 8.08. That's going to be pretty much the one wave that may knock out Jacob van der Velde if he doesn't come up with another solid wave.
Anything can happen. Yeah, like there with these riders, like there's so much potential and so much skill in all of them. Here we go, Jacob van der Velde out the back. Nothing happening, so he opts out. And let's see if Eder Luciano's on the outside. Maybe Jacob may have lost priority. I don't know. Oh, no, Jacob van der Velde on the outside.
Uh-oh, what's he going to do?
Let's see what we got.
All right, Jacob off the bottom, goes for a roll. Nice, clean roll.
Rolo, yeah, that was really clean.
And then comes to the inside, finds another little section, finds a roll. Again, not these rolls on the inside are going to help if you take it all the way through the inside. But Jacob, he's going to make that, do whatever he can to get behind that 8 ball. So Jacob van der Velde making his way back out to the lineup. He's in that little rip current that's going to help him get out a little quicker. And but Eder Luciano's last wave, I don't know. This is his last wave from Jacob.
Jacob van der Velde looking and drives to a clean roll on the outside and just trying to milk anything, but you see all that froth, just a whole bunch of froth, and kind of just punches a little roll off of that one. Actually betters his score with that clean maneuver on the outside and cuts the distance again. So Jacob van der Velde scoring a 6.18 on that last one. And now needs a 7.56 to get into first place and move on into the next round, where the winner of this heat will meet Pierre-Louis Costes from France. So, wow.
I'm getting hot.
All right, we can turn that AC, man.
Yeah, let's bring it down, Teza. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, 70 degrees. I'm in paradise where it's like a balmy 100 degrees outside.
It's hot outside.
Perfect. Thank you, Teza. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Encanto Pro, brought to you by SeaPuertoRico.com. Quick shout out to our media sponsors, Boogie Family, My Surf Moments, Medusa Magazine, and RideItBB.com. If you want to see Nemata Calvero on the cover of the latest issue of RideItBB.com, that's where you're going to find it. As you are looking at the current situation out of the water, I'm going to continue on with our media partners, Vert Mag, Puerto Rico TV, Access, Video Max TV, Like Bodyboarding Brazil, and of course Riptide. Thank you very much for making it happen here at the Encanto Pro, brought to you by SeaPuertoRico.com. And really quick, again, ebodyboarding.com, 10% off. Throw in the word Encanto, and boom, 10% off your purchase.
We have about 6 minutes remaining, and situation, as you see on your screens, Eder Luciano is in first place, and Jacob van der Velde in second. Jacob needing a 7.56 to move into first place and move on into the next round, where they'll meet the Frenchman, Pierre-Louis Costes. And for the next event on the World Tour, it will be in Fronton, where NMD and Versus will be sponsoring that event. We got Jacob van der Velde up and riding on this next wave. Oh my God. Barrel, see what he can follow up with. Good roll on the outside and just punches out. Wow, that could. He needs a 7.56. We'll see if that last scoring wave, as you've seen in the earlier heats, for you. Here we go. On the replay, Jacob van der Velde drawing a nice line into the barrel.
Oh, my.
My gosh. And he's just perfect barrel riding. And we'll see if he can get that score to move into that first place slot. And scores dropping now at a 7.08. That is not enough, but he did cut the distance and only needs a 6.66. Wow, the devil's numbers, how many? 666.
We've seen a few of those numbers come down the pipeline throughout the event, but has nothing to do with the riders being the Devil's Legion.
Yeah.
All right, so out this Eder Luciano. Can he answer back? Punches through the lip on this little white frothy inside wave. Comes around the section. Can he put something else together? No, he cuts out of that, makes his way back out to the lineup. But wow, Eder Luciano, Jacob Van der Velde now going head-to-head in these last 5 minutes of this heat. Jacob totally within striking distance with that last barrel ride into a maneuver. And now it is Eder Luciano trying to hold off Jacob Van der Velde. Wow, can he pull it off?
Maybe. Jacob Van der Velde is actually in priority, so he needs to use this well.
Oh!
It's going to be a nail-biter.
Oh, my. Jacob coming in at 6 foot 4 inches. Eder Luciano, 6 foot 1 inch tall. So we got some very tall bodyboarders out in the water right now. Who's going to be the one that's going to walk out of this heat? Will it be Eder Luciano or Jacob Van der Velde? Right now, with 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, look at your scores. That's where we're at right now. Jacob has priority. Eder Luciano, he knows the game.
He does.
He knows how to play with that priority system. So what I think he can do, what Uri Valadao should have done that last heat, is go to the inside of Jacob Van der Velde and try to push and tease Jacob to go on, some smaller waves.
There we go. We got some sets out the back.
Look at this. Look at this.
With 3 minutes remaining. Let's see if Jacob Van der Velde can use his priority.
Does Jacob understand and have the experience with this priority system in place? We will find out right now if he can use that to his advantage. But look at this, way down the beach. Jacob, up and riding.
Taking a look. He's looking for that bottom turn. Going to the section to the lip. Going for the ARS. Let's see if he can pull it out.
I don't think so. He didn't have the projection and speed coming off his bottom turn to pull that thing all the way around. But again, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, enough time for him to get out there. Eder Luciano not far out enough to catch one of these bigger freak sets that are still rolling through. And again, we've said it before, you're going to see a lot of action, boom, 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 for a few heats, and then all of a sudden it'll slow down. And unfortunately for this heat, this was the heat that Mother Nature slowed down, decided to take a break. But now we're starting to see a little bit more waves and consistency rolling in. And there's the priority right now. Eder Luciano holding on to that priority with 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Yeah. Actually, 2 minutes and 0 seconds remaining.
In this next...
Oh, Eder with a big section. Goes for a giant ARS. Pulls it around. And that may be the nail in the coffin for Jacob Van der Velde. Oh, my. I say we just open up a big bag of poi and get the fish ready because Jacob Van der Velde will probably be watching on the beach for the rest of this event. Oh, my. That was pretty big. Right now, Eder was just trying to improve on his 5.65, his second, his lower score of his 2 top waves, and I'm going to say that definitely will be in the 6 or 7 points. Yeah, Eder coming off the bottom, clean ARS, lands perfectly, spins that around, and then comes around, and that's all he really needed to do on that wave to get past that 5.65 wave that he has as his second lowest going wave. But yes, a 7.33. Now, Jacob is in the situation to hunt down an 8.33.
In 1 minute left. You see all the Brazilians on the beach right there. Everybody's amping for Eder Luciano.
Yeah, you can see Uri Valadao way on the far left over there. Unfortunately, he lost to Amaury Laverne, so he's going to be watching from the beach. Magno Passos with his glasses on. He also is out of the event. Daniel Alves, right there, the dreadlocks Rasta dude over there. Drop knee extraordinaire, just came on the scene in the drop knee division. Only thing I can say about this kid, I'll get to it in 1 second, but Jacob Van der Velde finding a nice air maneuver.
Can he hold on?
He'll pull it off, but it wasn't.
I don't think.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
going to
don't
be
think
that.
it's going to get him that score that he needed. He needed an 8.33 to move into that position. But great job on Jacob's part, and Eder Luciano knowing I think he's got the win already.
Yeah,
So he's coming in.
we're down to the last few seconds here, and you can see him stoked right there, putting his fist up in victory. Eder Luciano. We're going to get Mark McCarthy.